The scary sequel.
Hey everybody, RockPaperMario here, and welcome to my next contribution to Summertime Radness 2, The Scary Sequel. And as you can see here, we're going to have a quick look at probably one of the greatest horror games ever made, which is Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. And I guess we might as well get started here, because it's going to show... Otherwise it's going to show this big long crazy intro. Well actually we wanted to show that big long crazy intro, don't we? Where the mist that starts slowly rolling in here, and we get the backstory to what's actually going on. Dracula's grave gets struck by lightning, and he rises again from the dead. I don't know, I just think Castlevania 1 is cool. Castlevania 2, I love it. I like it. I know a lot of people don't like it. Castlevania 3 is one of the most impressive looking games on the Nintendo, on the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And really and truly, Castlevania 3 looks absolutely breathtaking. When you get to the clock tower section, I'm just absolutely wowed by how that even looks in Castlevania 3. But Castlevania 4, the only way I can describe Castlevania 4 is that they pulled out all the stops. That is the only thing you need to say, is they pulled out all the stops, because that's exactly what they did. It's everything that you can think of that has to do with classic horror and gothic horror and monsters and spooky stuff and everything, it's in there. You have everything you could ever think of. You have the amazing soundtrack. It controls an absolute dream. It's just such an absolute pleasure to play, and just a pleasure to experience. And here you are, basically on a dark and eerie night, Dracula rose from his grave to unleash his destructive power over the countryside. I guess Wallachia or whatever. I actually started watching the Castlevania anime again, because I saw it watched it last year when it came out first, and was just blown away from it. I found it jaw-droppingly good. And I found out that the season 2 is confirmed to be coming in October. And I've been meaning to watch it again anyway recently, so last night I sat down and watched the first part, and was kind of okay, we don't need this, we know how to play the game here. Time to start. I guess I'll just put in RPM, not N. No, that's not what I want to do. Or M, yeah, who am I? Rap monster, here we go. Just even the music, even right now, it's just so good. The music is ridiculously good. But yeah, if you haven't well, I don't know, I kind of want to go down here, really, don't I? I can go up there as well, I guess. If you haven't watched the Castlevania anime on Netflix yet, do it. It is so good. It's just amazing, and there are only 4 episodes of it, so I watched it in one session pretty much. So I would recommend going ahead and doing the same. And what I actually found really interesting about it is that it's actually pretty much based on the setup you have in not Super Castlevania 4, the setup you have in Castlevania 3. It's pretty much a Castlevania 3 kind of setup you have with Sypha and Alucard and whatever. You don't have Grant, but you know who Who's going to be shedding a tear for poor old Grant at the end of the day? Probably no one. Jesus, okay, sorry, Mr. Skeleton. You're already deciding to kick my ass here. It's okay. Don't be so smart when I'm like... When I'm axing you from down below. I could actually probably do with like some help, funny enough. Just kind of like trying to get back into the control scheme of this. I actually like used to play this game an awful lot, like back when I had like the Nintendo Wii first, because I got it on the Wii Shop channel or whatever. Okay, can I not like die on the first level? How pitiful is that? But really, I really haven't like played it very much since then at all. So really and truly, like, forgive me if I'm like absolutely like disappointingly rusty right now playing this. Excuse me, could you like get back here? I need to like I kind of need to kill you, thank you. So forgive me if I'm like disappointingly rusty playing this. Especially like against bats and things like that, like pitiful enemies. Like, oh Jesus, you just like jump right down on top of me. Especially against like pitiful enemies like bats. I mean, how depressing. Oh, there's this fun stuff as well. You come round out here trying to bat me? Jesus. You have like on one hand you have like a real bat coming like attacking me, and then I have like you trying to jump out of from behind the wall and bat me with an actual bat, or with like a baseball bat or something. But yeah, no one's gonna be like crying any tears for poor Grant just because he's not in it, I guess. At the end of the day, I got more invincibility. They must realize that I'm like terrible at this game by now. If you could like come back out there. So yeah, I'm just kind of like needing to get used to everything again is really the only thing I can say about that. Even though having this like boomerang is probably, or boomerang or cross crucifix I guess is the proper term. But like seriously, like the amount of people that refer to this as, well actually that's probably even more useful. That's probably going to like jump out of fall out of the sky at me. I do remember that much. But like I used to know like all of these levels off by heart. Just from playing them so much, because I used to play Jesus, you have like these horse heads here. And I die again. I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing is what it is. At least I get like my holy water. I'm not paying any attention to what I'm doing is what the problem is. I'm forgetting that I am able to like whip in all those directions as well. See, the thing is like the not to make excuses or anything, but like I've actually been playing like quite a lot of like what I've been playing a lot of recently is Bloodstained Ritual of the Ritual of the Night. That's not even out yet. Is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which like has like the same control scheme as Castlevania 3. It's pretty much like it's very, very similar to Castlevania 3, to be honest. Like even like the way like the game is set up with like the different characters you can like swap between and stuff like that. So like that's why I'm forgetting that you can even like do things like whip in like multiple directions, because you can't do that in that game. Okay, I know you just want me to like go down onto that thing, like fall through. But like that's I think that's what it is, because like I only remember that you could whip in like multiple directions just there. Okay, here we are, boss time. Can I maybe just use the stopwatch? He's not even that hard, Jesus. Come back for like a final hit. So yeah, like I'm just only remembering now that you can like whip in like multiple directions, which is pretty much the key to making this game easy. Well, not easy, but making this game very like playable. Is the fact that you can do that. Because that's probably why you're seeing me like jump to hit candles when theoretically I could just like whip diagonally from next to them and stuff like that without having to jump. Do we have time for this like next level? Probably. I need like some opportunity to redeem myself after that like sorry excuse for. Excuse me, could you like stop like popping up in like in the same place? Like things like that. Like forgetting those like spiders and stuff like that. Like being able to whip, like remembering that you can like whip up and stuff. Like that's like so useful. It's like how could you ever like how could you play the game without remembering that you can do that? Oh, here we have like Sonic the Hedgehog here. Or it's like, Joe, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like these little hedgehog guys that like fly around like crazy. They just remind me of like the needle rat enemies in Final Fantasy IV. Because that's what they're like. And you can even like do cool stuff like this, like be Sheik in Smash Brothers Melee. Where you can just like hold your whip and like flail it around the place like a crazy person. You've got these like leaf men like popping out the background. Like again, like one of the things I just love about like one of the things I thought I was like going to make like to the transition before that thing hit me. One of the things that I love about this game is just like the sheer variety of enemies that you have. Like you have like everything. As I said, you have like everything that you could ever think of. That watch would actually probably be pretty useful against the boss, but oh well. Too late for that now, I guess. See, now I'm starting to like get back into the swing of things here. I can't believe I like made such an ass out of myself on the first level of the game. And then I can't believe I'm going to get killed by a frog of all things. It's a frog is what it is. I've still got one life. Am I actually going to get a game over on Super Castlevania 4? I should probably like get that. Start picking up my hearts again. Well, that was a stupid hit that I took against that plant. Like when I took the hit against that plant the first time. That should never have happened. I can't believe that doesn't like land on the platform. That's crazy. And this guy, aren't you going to like jump down? Maybe if you like. Maybe if you like do it like that. Hello, frog. I see you back there. I see you, and you're not gonna like kill me, hit me like 10 times. And you're not gonna get me like you did the last time either. Thank you very much. It's like I know what you want to do now. I know what your agenda is, Mr. Skeleton Man. And you, bird. Yeah, now I'm starting to like kind of get into the rhythm of things. Okay, well, do you know what? I don't even have any other weapons, so I might as well take that stupid thing. I don't know, like, this might be useful against the boss. That is going to be coming up soon, so this might be useful against it. I guess, like, anything that's, like, long range is better than nothing. I bet, especially against, like, isn't the next boss the Medusa boss or whatever? Yeah, do you know, I might as well just, like, spam this. Excuse me, snakes. There we go. Jesus. Finally. Well, that's not even the end, because, yeah, I still have to do, like, this part. Where I die. Did I get, like, an extra life at some point? I must have, like, built up enough, enough points to deserve an extra life, however that happened. These guys, these like gargoyles, are like hilarious too. And pretty easy. I mean, you can just like whip up when they like get to a point above you. Get the invincibility here. Much appreciated, thank you. I can't believe like the water is like flowing up here. Like again, it's just like a creepy thing. Like the fact that you're like going down the stairs but the water is like flowing up. And then like out of nowhere the water starts like flowing regularly again. It's just like very, very... Again, like if you saw it in real life, like because it's in a video game you don't really think about it. But if you saw it in real life you'd realize how actually like how scary that is. Sorry, hand, I don't have like time for this, thank you very much. You like getting all up my grill, holding me. It's like not on a first date, Mr. Hand. Sorry. But like if you actually like saw that in real life, if in real life you actually saw water flowing up a hill, you'd be completely transfixed. Anyway, I think we're probably where we want to be for like a nice like Castlevania 4 video. This is actually like a game I wouldn't mind LPing sometime, like doing a full LP of. But I think I'd probably have to practice again another bit because like you can tell I'm kind of just like just now starting to like get into like my element of like how to control this game and how it works, because this game is like not as difficult as Castlevania 1 or Castlevania 3, Jesus. So there's really no reason to be making such like a spectacle of myself. I think, as I say, it's just kind of like having to like learn the timing and learn like the how the game actually works again, because that's what I'm missing out on pretty much. I remember this was here, so I can like make a load of be rolling in the dough like the Muffin Man, get some food. Okay, I think this is like a good place to stop off the video, so thank you for watching this contribution to Summertime Radness 2, the scary sequel. Apologies for my sorry state of control, sorry state of play. But yeah, see you next time. Bye now.